Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Fire Emblem Heroes Road to Free-to-Play. I am MightyLeafy. I am a pay-to-win player trying to transition to free-to-play, but is currently finding it very difficult to do. More difficult than I would like to admit, but I have to. This is a 30-episode day-by-day series where I document my own transition to free-to-play, update you guys on my daily progress. Please understand that if I do experience a slump in my mood, if I'm feeling down on some days, I might miss out on making an episode, as I would be, dealing with the other issue at hand. But I apologize if that happens. Something I want to make clear just before sort of any misunderstanding starts to happen is my goal here is not to take money away from IS or Nintendo. What I'm trying to say is that there is a difference between moderated and precise spending versus irrational and uncontrollable spending. I believe the former is a logical choice that is made when your mental status is a healthy one, and a healthy status. While the latter is more of a emotional response, as in, a choice you make when you're upset, when you're not thinking very, as you would normally, sort of thing. So didn't exactly have the best sort of sleep last night. My stomach was pretty much acting up, so the stomach issue, it's related to sort of long-term medication, so I think for now I'll just leave that there. It's another can of worms to be opened, but yeah, it's not too big of a deal. But I'm pretty tired today due to the not so great rest, but my mood is pretty okay. So after I uploaded my video last night, I was, I guess surprised would be the understatement of the century, but surprised and overwhelmed at the amount of, just positive and supportive feedback that I got. I spent most of, my day kind of reading through them, giving replies to most of them. I was hoping all of them, but I feel like I might have missed a few. So if I missed you guys, I apologize. I do try to reply to everything I can. I would like to say thank you to all those pay-to-win players who are facing a similar issue as well. They shared their story with me, and it really helps. All these different ways of looking at it, all these other people's own experience with whaling. Usually, I think all of them have been like, at the end, it feels bad. It takes a lot of courage to admit it and talk about it. I feel anyways, like it's not easy, because I think a lot of us that might be dealing with this problem have sort of anxiety issues, so it's already not easy to like just like say hi to people. I guess sometimes it can be hard, and then you're like, hi, I have this problem. That's even harder. So there was one especially lengthy and very in-depth comment which one user gave me. Like, let me just say, the guy wrote like 7 paragraphs or something, so I pretty much knew that he was just letting it out. He wanted to have the weight lifted off his shoulder, like me, and he wanted to help me by sharing with me his own experience at whaling. Well, I will say that, hey, you have definitely helped me out by sharing your own story with me, because now I can look at this from another perspective, from your perspective, your story that you shared with me, and it takes a lot of courage to do that, so I really do thank you. You know who you are. So also a huge thanks to a lot of free-to-play players that are actually welcoming me into the crew. Like I know that my account is never going to be true free-to-play status, but just the amount of free-to-play players that just said, hey man, this is a great thing you're doing, and we welcome you. That means a lot to me, because I think I have like encountered some free-to-play players who were not so friendly towards me, because they're like, oh, you have paid before and you will always be scum to us, or something like, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm just saying that I'm happy that some people are accepting me now. So, but I don't want to so I got this stuff like written out, but I'm still struggling to read it, so bear with me guys. I don't want to make a alternative account and deal with it in that sort of method. I think it might work for some people, but I think for me, the problem sort of stems from patience. You know, the lack of patience, not that I'm like super patient or anything like that. Just the lack of patience and self-control, the lack of self-control, obviously. Also, you know, these are all, like, this problem of mine, I can deal with it perfectly fine logically. That is when I'm doing well. But the biggest problem is when I experience a slump in my mood and my emotions take over. And then, you know, when that happens, I am prone to making irrational decisions and then later regretting them. So yeah. Okay, that sort of intro thing took a little bit too long. I think I'm gonna have to sort of restructure my format a little bit. Make it so I do the daily progress bit a little bit earlier, and then go through my thoughts maybe a little bit later. So time for my daily report, I guess. You know, it's weird. I recorded all these segments throughout different times of the day. Some of the segments were actually recorded before I posted my first video. In fact, before the first video was even finished rendering. So some of these thoughts and just comments that I'm about to make in my video may not acknowledge the comments that I've received after the video was posted. Yeah, just be mindful of that. Decided to change my name to, you know, from Leaf to hashtag P2W to F2P, because I think, you know, some people were getting confused. I think they were misunderstanding me. They thought I was sort of claiming to be a free-to-play player or something, and were, you know, understandably offended by that. So I just wanted to reiterate that I am a pay-to-win player struggling with the transition over to free-to-play, but I am working on it, so there's that. I just finished up recording most of my daily routines on Fire Emblem Heroes today. Done all the orb related quests. They were kind of mundane, especially the tap dancing ones. Like, I think there was a quest we had to do, we had to finish 20 stages or something and get 3 orbs for it. So I just did it on normal and put on the first stage and just let the enemies attack me. Because your characters will survive all the assaults even if you don't fight back on that first map. So yeah, there's that. New Gardens maps that came out didn't end up giving orbs, so that's unfortunate. Managed to gather up 13 free-to-play orbs today, and went ahead and did 2 summons, which you will be seeing in the video. Was hoping for 1 circle with 3 colorless. I didn't get that. Was 2 colorless spread out through the 2 circles. Well, there was actually 2 colorless in the second circle. Funny how that works, right? But yeah, I think my current method on using my free-to-play orbs is just to sort of use them on a banner with units I want, whenever I acquire enough free-to-play orbs to do a few summons, I'm probably going to just throw them and use them to summon. I do have a reason for this actually. If I spend my free-to-play orbs a little bit per day, if I don't end up getting the actual unit that I'm looking for, the focus unit, the spending of the orbs will sort of be kind of spread out, even out through a longer period of time. So I feel like I might not get as much upset as I would otherwise. So, but in the case that, hey, I do get the unit that I want, then it will be much faster. So that's always good, right? So this also satisfies my urge to roll, which is kind of bad. Like, it's a little bit dangerous and luring me back in. But what I mean is, like, if you think about it, if I was, say, to stock up on 200 free-to-play orbs, and then say I only get one 5-star out of it in the perhaps maybe 10 minutes or so I used to spin those orbs, because that's literally how long it will take to burn through all of those orbs. Or even worse, get nothing out of it at all, which is a possibility. I've seen people do that. 200 orbs. I don't know if they were free-to-play orbs or not, but they get nothing out of it for quite a few orbs, and that's not good. It's not a good feeling. I don't think I would be able to sort of handle that sort of upset. So if that were to happen to me, it might even lure me back into spending just to break that elevated pity rate. I don't want that. I'm currently free to play for 1 day. My counter set from 0 to 1 today at the reset, so I'm looking forward to recording part 3 of this tomorrow, and I'll be setting it to I think it'll be 2 days tomorrow after the reset. So it's 1 day, like right now. So the first few days are not gonna be too tough, I figure. I think the hard part is whenever something new and exciting gets announced, so when the next banner pops, that might be a little bit difficult. I'll have to find ways to deal with that. Maybe I won't even watch the trailer as it releases on a day. I found that engaging with the announcement trailer, it hypes me by quite a bit, and that changes my mood and makes me want to be a part of the conversation, the action, and all that stuff. Be up to date, be hype, because I am a fan of the game. So of course, new content is always very exciting, and sometimes that excitement makes me make irrational decisions. So I gotta watch out for that. So thank you guys for watching this part of the video, and if you want to discuss your ways of dealing with similar problems, let me know down in the comments section down below. I'm also trying to spread the message via Twitter and Facebook, so if you guys do have that and want to talk about it there, that's fine as well. Details will be in the video description down below as usual. And I do have a Discord server set up, but it's not entirely targeted towards discussing this sort of issue, but I am happy to discuss it. I think together we can do this. We can become free to play. We can break this habit, and yeah. Alright guys, see you on the next video.